Hey guys, SGT here. I've been working on a video all weekend in response to the shills who are coming out trying to shake the trees at $50 silver. Ironically tonight, there's a $5 fraud fix fat finger in the silver market. If I had to guess, I would say the banksters are taking this opportunity to cover paper shorts at a cheaper price. They're the ones causing this shakeout. They're sending the message that they can do whatever they want, whenever they want. But at the end of the day, it's a gigantic physical buying opportunity. I stand by every word in the piece you are about to see. There is a concerted effort to separate you from your silver position. And one last note, you may be seeing some messages from my sponsors in the future on a few of my vids. Rest assured, they have zero editorial or creative control over my videos. They just seek an intelligent, informed audience like this one. So with that said, here's the silver report I call Silver Mania. Guys, when I produced the microdoc, The Silver Perspective, on September 28, 2010, silver was trading around $21.70 per ounce. I concluded that video by saying, as the bankers are forced to cover their short positions and the true value of these precious metals is once again rediscovered, the pricing moves for gold and silver that lie in the years ahead will be talked about for generations. So now, just a matter of 7 short months later, was the move from $21 to $48 the move I referred to as the pricing move that would be talked about for generations? Well, if you read the mainstream press, you might conclude that now is the time to get out. Be warned, friends, there's a concerted effort to sap the enthusiasm of this market, to dissuade new investors from entering, and to separate you from your position. Take the recent article from MarketWatch titled Silver Mania May Come to an Abrupt End. Since the mainstream media is always looking out for your best interests, from the phenomenal job covering the mysterious collapse of World Trade Center 7 on 9/11 to the unconstitutionality of the most recent kinetic action with Libya, the mainstream media really cares about you. So let's examine this article to find out why they say selling silver at today's prices may be such a good idea. Now guys, in this article, they pulled out all the stops, bringing out people I've never even heard of. Even the Grandich letter editor Peter Grandich, a self-proclaimed former, quote, raging bull on silver from under the $10 level, is saying, quote, sell all silver holdings. The article says, quote, if you like crowds, feel free to stay on board. For me, around 50 is a lovely destination to get off for a trip now 8 years in the making. Now, it's interesting because I live in a neighborhood of doctors and lawyers and money managers and professionals, and not one of them owns a single ounce of silver. So when guys like the Grandich letter editor Peter Grandich tell you it's time to sell silver because it's getting to be a crowded trade, I'd look for other advice. And some fellow by the name of Chintan Karnani, chief analyst at Insignia Consultants in New Delhi, India, said, I'm not bearish on silver, I'm only concerned over the pace of the rise of silver. Okay, but put another way, he might have added, in my words, quote, of course, the rapid pace of the decline in the dollar is also extremely worrisome. It appears the world has tired of Bernanke's games and Geithner's broken promises of a strong dollar policy. These madmen are destroying the world's reserve currency, and the entire world knows it. And unless they alter their course immediately, physical silver and gold will continue to head higher as the world continues to flee broken paper promises. But again, those are just my words, not Mr. Karnani's. To add injury to insult, they rolled out the ultimate gold bear, John Nadler from Kitco. Mr. Nadler, who has been wrong for years at every turn, still, without any shame, happily notes, quote, silver has no business in or near the $50 an ounce region. Well, for those of us who are informed, we might reply to Mr. Nadler by saying, you're absolutely correct, because of the massive paper manipulation of silver and gold, which has been admitted by CPM Group's Jeffrey Christian to be at least 100 paper ounces for every 1 physical ounce. 1 ounce of physical silver is worth far more than $50 per ounce.
And people will say, well, and you've heard it today, there's not that much physical metal out there. There isn't. But in the physical market, as the market uses that term, there is much more metal than that. There's 100 times what there is.
Remember, too, that the real inflation-adjusted all-time high in silver is nearly $140 an ounce. Mr. Nadler, silver is not worth $50 for many reasons, including the fact that a dollar is no longer worth $1. This article fails to mention the suicidal policies of the Fed and the EU Central Bank. No mention of the Chinese cornering the silver market by standing for physical delivery on the COMEX, and now doing the same through the SLV. No mention of the Japanese tsunami and radiation catastrophe, which will cost them $1 trillion or more to rebuild and repair. Money they will get from selling their treasury holdings. And no mention in this article that the Chinese have just announced that they want to sell more than $1 trillion of their dollar holdings. No, these are the rantings of either the uninformed or of paid shills. We will know it's time to start selling our silver and gold holdings only when these same folks from these same types of mainstream publications begin publishing articles with titles like How to Get Rich with Silver and Why You're Not Too Late to the Silver Party. That's exactly what they did in 2006 at the very, very top of the real estate market bubble, as seen here and here. And when they do it with silver, that's when you will know to start getting out. The average person in the United States of America is still nowhere near the silver market. In fact, they're just starting to become aware of it, and they think they've already missed the boat, particularly as it pertains to the physical silver market. Well, that's it, guys. Much more to come in the very near term. In the meantime, thanks for watching, keep stacking, and remember, we're all in this mess together. Good night.